Hey, what's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Well, you know whose tongue that I got? I got this guy's tongue in this chess game that I played like a week ago. So, I start with knight f3 as white, and I play this with pretty much every single game that I play, to be honest. This is a really flexible move, and at the same time, it is pretty uncommon, which is one of the things that I like most about it. Because as soon as early as turn one, you can already start getting people out of prep, which is really valuable. Um, he's playing normally, he's developing his pieces, and I've actually played a few different games against this guy, and we had a game that went very similar for quite some time. So I think here we both start putting pawns in the center, and this is helping both of us just try and grab some space in the center to make room for our pieces to advance. So, okay, pushing forward, trying to reinforce this pawn, and he played this move in both of our games where I had white. That's one thing that kind of tripped me up because I thought I was reviewing the same game twice. Here, this is a pretty big waste of time. It would have been better for him to develop his bishop, develop his knight, even move this pawn up to prepare to fianchetto his bishop. A bunch of different things would have been better. This is a big waste of tempo, and it's tempo that you can't afford in this early into the opening, especially if you're playing against an opponent who's much higher rated than you. So, okay. The other one of our games went, I think, exactly like this. So we had two. I had developed my other knight. I'm going to prepare to fianchetto my other bishop, try and find a home for this bishop. So far, so good. Playing this now, this would have been better on the last move, or this would have been better in the last move. This probably isn't the most accurate move that I played here, but I still like doing it. I do this quite a bit, even though I know it's not really good, but I'm trying to just get my bishop developed. And even though it's not the most accurate move, it doesn't do much overall. It doesn't do damage to my position. It just kind of loses some tempo, which is a bit ironic. Even though, like I just said, that it was tempo that he couldn't afford. The thing is that my pieces are soon to be more developed. I'm also playing as white, so tempo is less valuable as white because you go first. Black really can't afford to waste any time at all. But okay, develops his bishop. Again, that would have been better a couple of moves ago. This is very weird. I don't typically. Oh, okay. Yes. So the reason why I went here is to just prevent any type of shenanigans coming over to here. It might have been a bit of an overreaction by me. Looking back at it, I could have even just targeted his bishop now. But at some point, this isn't the worst move. At some point, I'm probably going to play this anyways, so it is a bit of a prophylactic move. I'm guarding this square to just forever prevent his knight from ever coming forward. But okay, I like this move by him. Just getting control of the center, trying to find a home for his bishop. Eventually, he's going to castle. And one thing that's nice about having my bishop fianchettoed on this square is he's probably going to castle in this direction. So way further down the line in the future, I'm going to start having pieces aiming at him. Like it's going to be easy to get this knight towards his king at some point. As soon as this knight moves, I can get the other one in, or maybe even maneuver my knight this way, just slowly inching closer and closer to wherever his king is going to be. And even if he tries a castle this way, I can still be prepared. Like that's one of the things that's nice about having your pieces centralized, is that you can quickly deploy them to wherever you need them to be. So okay, he moves here. In the game, I guess I move here, and the computer was not a fan of that. So typically, I think, okay, I know why I went here was because if he takes, I can take back, and then it's a fork. Because this pawn is guarded. That's why. I played this quite a bit, and you'd be surprised how many people fall for it. And if he plays anything else, like I think he just castles in the game. Yeah. If you castle, I'm not sure why I didn't just take here. Or, whoa, it's saying this. I completely missed that. But okay, what I was gonna say is even just taking here I think would be good because you're doubling up his pawns. These pawns are gonna be weak for a while. But I guess if he moves his pawn forward, he's always gonna have time to trade it off. But I went here, which is just a way worse version of what the computer was suggesting with this. To be honest, this type of move, I think I have a blind spot for. And I understand what the computer is saying by this, and I understand the appeal, but as a person, it is hard to play these types of moves. Just because I also want to castle my king this way. And playing a move like this, I'm afraid to do it. I'm thinking, I guess I could also just still castle this way too, or just leave my king in the center. Very tricky move. These are the types of moves that I need to get better at finding in order to progress as a player. But okay, I pawn break here. Computer hates it. It's probably because this just is not the best use of my time. Oh, he's taking here. So takes. I don't fully remember this game, to be honest. Ooh. Wow. So there's something that I missed here. I think this did get kind of technical. So right around here, the position starts to slip away from me. Basically, what little advantage I had is slowly slipping away. This was kind of hard for me to see, but by taking here, in the long run, I'm giving his pawns more time to push forward. He also didn't play this in the best way, so by me castling here, like he's gonna win some tempo on my king, or excuse me, he's gonna win a tempo on my queen. He's also going to win a tempo on my knight here. And so basically he has initiative here. And if I'm not careful, he could actually launch a pretty big attack. You can see here that it's minus 2.5, which is not quite winning for him, but it's about as close as you can possibly get. It's really not winning for your opponent until it's like -3 or like +3. Up until this point, if you play it perfectly, it's still going to be a draw. But okay, he wins a tempo on my queen. I move out of the way. He goes for this, which this helps me out quite a bit. He's giving me tempo back because I think he just misses this move. This defends this pawn and it wins a tempo on his knight. So wow, the computer's saying to defend his knight like this. That's actually kind of hard to see. But okay, this makes everything a lot worse for him because he's gonna lose even more tempo, which, whoa, okay. Looking back at this, I can see why this was a bit of a mistake. It's kind of a waste of time. This bishop's not going anywhere, and what I should be doing is chasing down his knight and immediately punishing him for putting it on this square. Moving my king here, I can do that at any point, and Okay, he eventually gets his knight in. I think this is where it kind of starts to fall apart. Yeah, he's attacking my queen. I move it up while defending my bishop at the same time. I'm definitely not winning here, but for the moments that he had an advantage, he let that advantage slip away. But okay, moves his bishop back. It kind of, I mean, it had to move just because it was under attack. Getting lined up here, you can see that the computer thinks that this is just a draw. And I really have nothing here, to be honest. Like, this is just as drawish as it's going to get. If anything, I have to be a bit careful not to lose this pawn. Like, from a computer standpoint, yes, it's a draw, but practically speaking, it's probably black who's playing for anything here. Okay, he pushes forward immediately. Not sure why the computer... Oh, duh. I was like, I'm not sure why the computer didn't like that. Yeah, he just immediately hangs his knight. And it's a shame, like, because this was such a good game, especially for his rating level. Like, if anything, yeah, he was winning for a good chunk of the game, and then it just happens to just end so anticlimactically like that. So yeah, I'm winning here because if he takes my knight, I can just take his rook, and so he has to move his rook. I'm just gonna rescue my knight, and then from here, it is just a matter of cleanup. Like, boom, he has to trade queens with me, or else he's gonna get checkmated. And I think he misses that, and I just hit him with the old 1, 2, 3, kaboom. You know what I mean? That deserves like 5 big booms at least. But okay, that's enough out of me. It was overall, this was a pretty quality game. He really gave me a run for my money there. But kudos to him. Just if I had to give him some advice way back here, don't waste tempo. You got to value your tempo more clearly, and keep an eye on your pieces before you push many pawns forward. But honestly, like, really well played to him. That was a fun game. Okay, goodbye. I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye. Bye bye.